What's up, guys? We're out here at the Drive Electric car show in Lowell, Mass, and we are walking around talking to a bunch of EV owners, marketing, letting them know what EVG is all about, and checking out some cool cars. So let's take a look around, huh? This is the one that's caught my eye the most. This thing is cool. This is the car that Elon Musk actually launched into space, if I'm not wrong.
What's up, everyone? Brought the awesome ID.4 with us. Gonna be showing her off to some new people, getting some new fans, teaching people about the car and about the sweepstakes so they can win this.
Hey guys, all right, we are at the Drive Electric car show right now, and I am checking out this really nice Polestar 2 launch edition, and the owner of this car is Ray.
How you doing?
So from what I was overhearing, Ray, you not only drive this car every day for a daily, but you also autocross and drag race it?
I have, and I'm looking forward to my first track event.
All right.
This is the launch edition with the performance pack.
I was gonna say, kind of right off the bat, I noticed these nice big Brembo brakes here.
Yeah, drilled rotor in the front, but it's actually only the front that are custom. Polestar worked out an agreement with Brembo, so that's a custom caliper.
Okay.
Drilled rotors in the front, 20-inch forged aluminum alloy wheels. It's a staggered setup, 8-inch wide in the front, 9-inch in the back.
Okay.
That's summer performance tires here. They have to be able to handle the extra load. It's a heavy car.
Do you know what these come in at for weight?
This is a 4,700 pound car.
Okay.
But it still does 0 to 60, and well, I've gotten 4.4 seconds for 0 to 60.
All right.
And I've gotten just under 12.8 at the drag strip, at Epping drag strip. It's incredibly consistent. Me being me, I put everything in spreadsheets and whatnot, and the acceleration curve is exactly the same. It takes no talent to drive this at your drag strip. All you have to do is, once you floor it, your job is done. You sit there and steer it.
Just let it go.
It's incredibly consistent from run to run. One thing that's impressive about this, though, unlike what I've heard about other EVs, is that you can go run after run after run after run, and the performance doesn't degrade.
Yep.
Some EVs, when the battery starts warming up, they start pulling the power back, but not this one.
And you're going to the track, doing a full day, and driving back no charge?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So it's about an hour's drive to get to the airfield from where I live.
Yep.
And the first time I went there, I was concerned that I would need to charge up during the day.
Yep.
But I went all day long, drove home, I still had 30% of the battery left. So
that's impressive.
No problem at all.
That is sweet.
Yeah, this car is, it's based on the same platform that the Volvo XC40 does. So it looks sort of like an ICE vehicle. Like this is where a gasoline, port would be.
Yep.
Same kind of, there's basically two types of chargers out there. There's Tesla and everybody else.
Okay, so two different ports right here.
Right, so at home I'm just using a level 2 AC charger, which is a 240 volt charger.
Yep.
And a normal day it's like 3 or 4 hours to get back. These two prongs are used for the DC fast charging.
Okay.
And
what is
it? If you're at a 150 volt DC fast charger, it'd probably take 40 minutes to go from, I don't know, 10 to 80% or something.
And what is the range?
So the published range that everybody wants to compare, that number is 230. But range is a weird thing in EVs.
Yes.
I want to be nice to my battery.
Yep.
So I don't charge to 100% and I don't take it down to 0%.
Yep. Yep.
So the practical range is more like 90 to 20%.
Okay.
So the practical range on this car is about 200 in the summer and about 150, 160 in the winter.
So I've been learning, I'm kind of new to this whole thing, and we're definitely learning a lot. And so we have the ID.4 over here, and
right.
It's like, you're not
and in
really...
Europe they got the ID.3. I don't know why they're not selling the ID.3 here.
I know, right? They always hold the good stuff back from us. But one of the things like I'm definitely learning is like, yeah, be comfortable, put on the AC and everything, but everything that you're putting on is going to have an effect on your range.
What people don't realize is that with an ICE vehicle, a regular internal combustion engine car, only about 25% of the potential energy in the fuel actually becomes useful. So you're wasting 75% of the energy in the gasoline. Because you're wasting so much, right? Things like air conditioning, heating, all that other stuff, doesn't have that big effect because it sucks anyway. When you get to an EV, everything matters. I love this car, I love the way it looks, but the Teslas have a much better coefficient of drag. So the Teslas are always going to do more with kilowatt hour of electricity than my Polestar would. And yes, this has over-the-air upgrades, and yes, they're tweaking it, and the ranges are being extended a little bit. But that's just monkeying around the edges. The only way that you can really get great range is with a low coefficient of drag, and coefficient of drag is multiplied by frontal area to give you the power you need at speed. And the power goes up as the square velocity. So high speeds really hurt you. On the other hand, on the freeway, if there's heavy traffic, all those other cars are pushing the air, and you find you get longer range than you would thought. So this car has Android Automotive. It's the first production car to use Android Automotive. And when I hit a destination, I can hit another button, and it shows me all these different routes. And it tells me how much time it'll take, and it tells me what my battery will be. So I'm often like, you know what? I'll take 5 minutes more to get there. I'll enjoy the ride on the back roads. And then when I get home, I've got more electricity. I didn't use as much.
And with the Android and everything, in that system, is it showing you where all charging stations are?
So you do all that kind of stuff. And then because it's Android Automotive, you go on the Play Store, you can download apps. So one that a lot of EV owners use, particularly in Europe, is a better route planner, AVRP. So
AVRP.
And so you download that, that's on the app, you can use that to find all the chargers too. I use an app on my phone. Because I'm an early adopter, Polestar came through and they gave me $500 of free charging at ChargePoint.
Awesome.
And they were slow to implement Apple CarPlay. They promised it for this summer. It's going to be another 6 months. And so they just sent me an email. They'll keep paying for my connection fee on this. This car is independent of your cell phone. So they'll pay for my connection charges for 6 years instead of 3. So the company, and then the company philosophy is excellent. If you want me to go into the whole eco thing, I can talk for a long time. But this car has the car company. I think it's got its head in the right place. These are all recycled materials. The floor mats and the seats are made from recycled fishing net.
No kidding.
These cars don't outgas, so you get a brand new car, it doesn't have the new car smell. The new car smell are actually organic molecules that are off-gassing. So this car doesn't have that because of the kinds of new materials that they developed for the interior.
See, that, even just those little details in itself, I mean, the new car smell, and for that to be different with EV because like it's not emitting. So this EV specifically.
So this is one of the things that differentiates Polestar from the other EV car companies. They're totally into it. They use blockchain to source all their battery components, and they make sure that the miners in Africa, for example, are not being taken as much advantage of. I'm sure it's still, there's still problems with all that. And then the CEO of the company is a guy named Inglenoth, and he wants to be producing cars for net zero carbon. And he says that carbon offsets are basically a cheap way out. He wants to do it without using carbon offsets. And it's a lofty goal, but they're working towards it. So I love the philosophy behind it.
I was going to say, you can only make a goal and work towards it, right?
Exactly.
This is a machine.
What else can I tell you about the car?
What are your cons? Do you have any cons to this car?
I do.
Oh my God, pick that up.
The cup holder is terrible in this car.
Terrible cup holders?
Cup holder is terrible.
Is that what's kind of going on back here with the storage?
No, the storage is good. There's more storage under here. The seats fold down. It's a super practical car.
I was gonna say, the space you're getting in here is...
Yeah, unlike the Model 3, for example, this is a hatchback, so you've got much nicer access to the back of the car.
Yep.
Start lifting up. It should just pop. All right? Pop that off all the way around. Reach underneath. Don't be afraid. There you go. One more pop. All right. We're going to set this right down here.
So
now we're going to do these
His name is Ray. This is a Polestar 2 Launch Edition. Coolest EV car I've seen so far.
Nice.
Take this off right there, that panel. Same thing. Going to reach underneath. Arm lift. Pop that up.
Are we taking some weight off of her?
He's showing me all the guts, what makes this baby go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pièce de résistance. Pièce de résistance. Aqui dentro.
Oui.
This was the first registered one in New Hampshire.
That's cool.
No, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, sorry. His registration doesn't even say Polestar. This is an other.
They didn't even have it in the system.
Nope.
No, in fact, the fact they didn't have it in the system cost me 3 hours.
Oh my God.
Should have gave you a little discount.
Now I gotta go get my tool. Hold on.
All right.
So Ray not only daily drives this, but he also drag races it. He autocrosses it. He drives this car.
He takes it out.
Yeah, and dude, this thing's pretty cool. The Launch Edition. I don't know if you noticed the massive Brembo brakes in the front.
No, not yet.
This is a unit.
All right.
Woo. Oh yeah, those are sticking right out.
That's a little catch.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I got to remember where all my little.
Yeah, I gotta get to the oil filter.
Yeah.
That's the 10.
So is this like an XC40 type?
It's based on the same platform.
Okay.
As the XC40 is, and the Volvo now has an XC40 Recharge, which is all electric as well.
Oh, so what's the difference between that and this?
There's lots of.
Okay, so this is like the sporty
It is.
edition of it. Because
It's Polestar is a different company.
because I'm confused. I used to have an XC40, so they would say, well, you can get a Polestar upgrade to it, but that's
See, that's the way it used to work.
Yeah.
So Polestar used to be sort of like AMC to Mercedes.
yeah.
Polestar split off as an independent company in 2017. All right. I'm going to take you back, Richard. I'm going to use you again. We're going to grab right here and here. We're just going to lift. Oh, yeah. That's right. I got 2 more. Thank you. That guy.
So how similar is it to the XC40 in terms of user
The
experience?
guts are the same. The cabin is very different. The whole car has a different form factor. This car is quicker.
I looked in the cockpit and the steering wheel looks the same. That's about it.
Well, there's lots of Volvo parts as you're about to see. Here's the guts.
Fun stuff.
It is the fun stuff.
That's right.
So these 2 cables are going to the battery. These 3 cables are going to the motors. So I don't know how much you know about EVs at this point, but the motors are alternating current.
Okay. Yep.
Battery's DC. This battery is 400 volt DC. So it has to go through this inverter and convert it to AC, and then the AC runs the motors. And the frequency of the phasing of the AC power is what determines how fast the motors turn. These motors can go from 0 to 13,000 RPM. That's not so unusual for EVs because you don't have valves flying around. So it's much smoother.
All the components that will crush into each other.
Exactly.
Gone.
Exactly. So when you hit the brakes and you regen, then everything works in reverse, and now your power is coming from the motors back into this, through the inverter, and back into the battery. There's about a 90% efficiency both ways, so you're losing 10% both ways on the regen, but you still get a lot back.
Yeah, hey, 90%.
I didn't know it before I was an EV owner. All EVs have a regular 12-volt battery. The 12-volt battery works with all standard components. There's an electronic control unit right there. There's 2 fuse boxes in the car. One of them's right here. The other's in the passenger footwell.
Everyone has a different character, different story.